Hello, and welcome to Dark Side of the Moon by Pink Floyd, giving you an interpretation, or an interpolation if you like, the esoteric meaning of it. Now, the AIX has kicked in. There's fire alarms going off, overactive smoke detectors, so you may hear fire engine sounds just to come and turn off a cooker in one of these buildings. Because you need someone qualified to reset a switch, and obviously dot the I's, cross the T's, and have a paper trail, and a nice way of moving on paper money between one local government department to another, maybe. I don't know. I'm just speculating. But am I the only one speculating? Double meanings to everything, isn't there? So number 5. Track number 5, Money. Very well known track. Oh, incidentally, before I even get onto that, The Great Gig in the Sky. This reality will always display, and in a very mocking way. So the great gig in the sky, this sort of revelation that hopefully you are having or going to experience if you've not already done so. It was used for a headache advert many years ago. It was using human beings sort of laid out, so it's like an aerial view, and it creates a face that was, I think, if I remember right, they had their head in the hand, and then you take these tablets, and then magically, using the soundtrack of The Great Gig in the Sky, you've got the female wordless voice at the end when it's much calmer, and of course it goes gold, because that tablet has taken away your headache for you. Has it? What are they trying to sell you there? But I thought, how amazing, because that was my first introduction to this particular album. I didn't know what the music was, where they'd got it from at the time. But then when I did hear the album, it's thought of by many as an iconic album and an iconic album cover. Quite a large majority, I would say, have this perception of it. I'm not going to agree or disagree, but I feel to do the thing justice needs to be decoded in what it says. Anyway, I've digressed. We're already nearly 3 minutes. So, track number 5, Money. Well, it's pretty obvious what this is about in the material. Money, get away, get a good job, with more pay, and you're okay. Well, you can read into that what you want, because obviously if you acquire a lot of wealth and the path that opens up with funny handshakes and things, maybe, I would suggest, you'll get a lot of help, and if you wish to go, if you are persuaded to go down that route. Who am I to say whether it is good or bad? These are all perceptions in this game. Yeah, you're in a game. Money, it's a gas. Oh, how can money be a gas? Maybe that's alluding to the true wealth in spirit. Here we go, here come the sirens of 2 fire engines. Grab the cash with both hands and make a stash. New car, caviar, 4-star daydream. Think I'll buy me a football team. It's all, I mean, you can keep accumulating money, and you can buy anything you want. But ask yourself, how long is it going to keep you fulfilled and feeling happy? No matter how much you have of this money, this moon eye. That's very significant. I mean, it is dark side of the moon, moon eye, moonarchy, monarchy, and so on. Money, get back. I'm all right, Jack. Keep your hands off my stack. It's showing how it makes people selfish. Money, it's a hit. Don't give me that do-goody-good bullshit. Bullshit is one of those coincidences, because it's BS, and there are no coincidences. Lana A. Labonte, thank you for pointing that out on your videos. Credit where it's due, you know. I'm in the high fidelity first class travelling section. I think I need a Learjet. Well, you've got so much money, you can now have your own jet. Money, it's a crime. Share it fairly, but don't take a slice of my pie. Well, pie is 314. The Exodus. The direct operating system exit. I mean, when you take a slice, say a slice of cake or something, everybody wants a slice of cake and eat it. But it's generally part of a circle. It's a fraction of the pie. It's like a perception or a perspective on things of the whole picture, you could say. Money, so they say, is the root of all evil today. But if you ask for a rise, it's no surprise that they're giving none away. Now, it repeats the word away 6 more times, so in total it repeats away 7 times. I wonder what that could be referring to. Internalize this, chakras, letting go. So away from the root chakra, away from the sacral chakra, away from the intuition, away from the heart especially, away from the vocalization, away from the mind, and away from the crown. Because you want to be radiating out the right wealth, not the hoarding material kind of money. But money in itself is not actually evil, is it? It's just a shorthand piece of paper. It's a promissory note saying, you've done this for me, here's an agreed value between us. Now, if it was just purely on an individual basis between 2 people and it was honoured, it would not be evil. It is when it is controlled by something that is, or someone or something that is self-serving with their own interests, but telling you they have your interests, your best interests at heart. You can see how you have this dualistic meaning to things from very 2 different perspectives on money. So, moving on, I'm going to leave the sort of talk and vocal in money. So we're going on to track number 6. Now we have a slight contrast going on here being shown. The track is called Us and Them. You may want to internalize all of this. Us and them. And after all, we're only ordinary men. Me and you. God only knows it's not what we would choose to do. It's talking about the external reality, and if we are honest with ourselves, what we're expected to do, the targets we're supposed to meet, the peer reviewing of each other, the judgment of each other. At this age you should be doing this, at this age you should be getting married, this age you should be having children, you should be having this type of car to fit in, you should have this type of house to fit in, and of course it's all done in a competitive way against each other. Welcome to the human race in the external material. I've got more than you, I've hoarded more than you, that makes me a better person, does it? God only knows it's not what we would choose to do. What is God? It's your imagination, it's what you have to create with. It's inside. You've got to find it. You've got to awaken that sleeper inside. So now we have a look at the external world again. Forward, he cried, from the rear, and the front rank died. The general sat, and the lines on the map moved from side to side. Well, what moves from side to side? Think of a grandfather clock. The pendulum, tick-tock, tick-tock, moves from side to side, playing things one side, then the other. Notice the general is at the back. He's not leading by example. He's getting you to do his dirty work. And of course the front rank died. Black and blue, and who knows which is which, and who is who. The land of confusion, the external world. Things presented in one way, so you can't distinguish something from another, in other words, up and down, because it's all inverted. And in the end, it's only round and round and round its thoughts in the head, trying to make sense of this external realm. It's not meant to. It is just there for you to observe and weigh up. It's presented as contrasts for you to learn and grow from. Haven't you heard? It's a battle of words. The poster bearer cried. Well, incidentally, this came up as a comment on True Love channel. Yolanda mentioned this. She had a comment that it's a world stage, it's a word stage, and it is staged in words, in song lyrics, for example. So that is 100% true. There is proof of it. Haven't you heard? It's a battle of words. The poster bearer cried. Listen, son, said the man with the gun. There's room for you inside. Now we go on to a spoken dialogue for the next verse. This is very profound, especially in the external. They may be gonna kill ya. So like if you give them a quick, short, sharp shock, they don't do it again. Dig it? Now, a slight little off on a tangent here. There is an album by a group called Hawkwind called Chronicle of the Black Sword. Look for the track that mentions gun in the title. It's gonna make you run. Gonna get you with my gun. You're on a virtual car ride here. We're on the dodgems around the sensors. And just like dodgems, they have a pole. And if you look up, there's an electric grid of power supply. And you have to weave your way around, but those dodgem cars, you're not supposed to go head on into each other. You're supposed to bump each other and prompt each other. And of course, the beautiful things for those dodgem cars is their turning circle. They can basically turn in on themselves. You may want to internalize what I've just said there. You might start to see the bigger picture about the sky being a lie, and dodgems weaving your way through, like the yin and yang symbol. But there's always two ways, like with this two eyes. So if you imagine that center line, basically an S shape between the black and the white. Now what if you overlaid one with its opposite? Not only do you have a cross in the middle, you've got something that resembles the thing that shows twin serpents' DNA sequence. Right, where did we get to? Ah, yes. So like if you give them a quick, short, sharp shock, they don't do it again. Dig it. Well, what do you do when you dig? You go into something, do you not? I think, yeah. Maybe the penny's starting to drop. Money reference again. I mean, get off light, come to think of rationalizing it once. Well, there is only one. That's what you're looking for. I mean, get off light. Bing, come to think of rationalizing. It's only a difference, but why go and ruin it? I mean, good manners don't cost nothing, do they, energy, human, with a question mark. It's asking you a question that you should be asking yourself. Good manners. Well, manners has two meanings. They're like large stately homes, like manor house, the manners of heaven. Good manners don't cost nothing. They cost no thing. It's a thought inside yourself. It is a moral compass. It is a dialogue inside yourself. The manners, the 12 cranial nerves, you sit in the middle of those as the creator. You weigh up what all those emotions are saying to you, in other words. Sorry for going off on a tangent. Anyway, down and out. It can't be helped, but there's a lot of it about. Well, the so-called civilized Western world, I think you'll find there are many down and outs, many homeless, many on the streets. Funny, in such a civilized world, that there's this problem. Without. And who'll deny it's what the fighting's all about? Well, when you are going without of yourself, when you are comparing to the external world, jealous of what other people have, what they have accumulated, what they have hoarded. That's basically what the fighting in this external world is all about, the haves and the have-nots, all very carefully orchestrated. And of course humanity falls for it every time, because they don't write their own script. Out of the way. It's a busy day. I've got things on my mind. For want of the price of tea and a slice, the old man died. Well, again, slice, reference to a piece of the pie, a slice of the pie. Tea. I've explained what tea is in etymology. Capital I, the higher self on its highest level. Out of the way, it's a busy day. So it's the external world will always try and distract you and get you doing. So you're in busyness all the time. Track number 7. It's an instrumental, and it is very instrumental. It's called Any Colour You Like. So one person may say it's greenish blue, another person say no, it's not, it's bluish green. Another person who may have colour blindness of a particular hue in the spectrum will tell you it's something else. But are they not all seeing the same thing from different perspectives? There are no words needed for any colour you like. You choose what colour you wish to see things, what frequency you wish to see things in, whether you want to see it from a fear position or whether you want to see it from a positive position. Track number 8. 8 is the number of change, it is the number of transformation, it is the number of infinity. An endless loop, and the track is called Brain Damage. The lunatic is on the grass. The lunatic is on the grass. Notice it is said twice, you are on 2 legs. Who is the lunatic? Think about this one. Remembering games and daisy chains and laughs. Got to keep the loonies on the path. Well, if you are questioning this reality and you're perceived by everybody around you as being mad, a lunatic basically, you've got to keep the loonies on the path. Keep walking your path. The lunatic is on the grass, so that is also a reference to barefoot earthing, because you create a circuit with the earth. You let go of the negativities, it is drawn out of you and it is replaced with the positivity that comes into you. It's two-way traffic with everything like arteries and veins. The paper holds their folded faces to the floor, and every day the paper boy brings more. Well, that's using newspaper as a metaphor, but it's basically media. All these characters that are presented to you, keep them folded up. You don't really want to be looking at them anyway, but they're just going to keep presenting more and more. It's going to keep coming through the letterbox. So if you absorb it, you're taking it in through your letterboxes, as it were. You have 2 of them. They're for observing, and you're taking in, but look at what you're observing. How does it make you feel? Right, so, and if the dam breaks open many years too soon, and if there is no room upon the hill, or the hill, it implies on top the hill. It's the thoughts in the mind, it's what we cling on to, it's belief systems, it's things that we cannot let go of. So if the dam breaks, basically like the Kundalini rising, it's trying to break through, as it were, but obviously it is meant to go to be heart-centered. I'll come on to that in a forthcoming video that's a separate topic in itself. But suffice to say, there's no room upon the hill, so you won't find it within inside yourself while the mind is cluttered, while you are being distracted by the external world. And if your head explodes with dark forebodings too, I'll see you on the dark side of the moon. If you can break through all that, if you can basically play the part of Robert Oppenheimer, the open heart. Heim in German means a home in the sense of the heart. There isn't actually an English word, but so in Oppenheimer, it's being open-hearted as much as open-minded, not having judgment on things. So you basically press the red button and you explode it. You let go of it all. You basically destroy the world within, those that lower eye world that's been created from what you've absorbed from that external and while you're still being run from that lower consciousness. So I'll see you on the dark side of the moon. It's where you're moving over into your subconscious and you're starting to come into balance and weigh things up. So the next verse, the lunatic is in my head. The lunatic is in my head. It says it twice. You've got two hemispheres to the brain. That's why it says it twice. No coincidences. You raise the blade. You make the change. You rearrange me till I'm sane. You raise the blade. Well, does it not say that Christ comes with like a forked tongue? It comes with a sword. You make the change. This is something you're doing inside yourself. This is something to be weighed up internally now. So you see, this is after that instrumental track. There's a change in the sort of feeling in this album from track 6 when you realise the us and them. Now you see things from different perspectives, any colour you like. In the instrumental of track 7, you now have this brain damage, as it were, because the world will see you as totally mad. But you're not, because you're in a realm of contrasts. We're in a realm of Maya, duality, mirrored reflections, and it is all about reflections after all. You rearrange me till I'm sane. Well, what is me? Well, it's the magnetism and the electrical circuits. It's referring to the physical body. You rearrange me until I am sane. So it's talking about the creator within you, because you have that rebirth, that birth from above. You've recreated yourself. You've had your reformation, basically. You lock the door and throw away the key. There's someone in my head, but it's not me. It's not the lower I. It is your true self that is now inside. And if the cloud bursts, thunder in your ear, or does it not reference when you have this revelation of these sounds of trumpets? Remember, this is talking about the internal dialogue. So, yeah, you'll have a thunder, like I've got ringing in my ears. It's intense at this precise moment, because it is all in the moment. And obviously, the vocalization, the sound vibration that I'm putting out into this air, into this ether, is causing a disturbance. But what is controlling this realm? So what is it disturbing? Or is it disturbing something inside you? So you shout, and no one seems to hear, because it's the voice in your head. It's going, ah! It's that revelation. Well, no, it's not something that will be heard in the outside. And if the band you're in starts playing different tunes, I'll see you on the dark side of the moon. Well, what's the band that you're in? That's your body. They're your band members. The feelings that you'll have when you change your perspective in this way, you'll feel things very differently, so you will be hearing very different tunes. They will start, your mind, your body will start creating different tunes. Now, track number 9 is another warning. It's another track talking about completion. Wow, we're up to 25 minutes. So, this is just a sort of reminder. All that you touch, all that you see, all that you taste, all you feel, all that you love, all that you hate, all you distrust, all you save, hoarding perhaps, things, memories, things you hold on to, all that you give, all that you deal, all that you buy, beg, borrow, or steal, all you create, all you destroy, all that you do and all that you say, and all that you eat and everyone you meet, all that you slight, everyone you fight, all that is now, all that is then, all that's to come, and everything under the sun is in tune. If you have done that language lessons of the heart, it's telling you about everything you're going through, the external. You've gone through all this. You've been through all these experiences, but if you have not done that internal work, if you have not become fearless of whatever that external presents to you, the sun is eclipsed by the moon. You will not see the light inside yourself, because the moon will be in the way, and you will still be in the external world. You will not find the light within. That is what the album cover is showing you. You have a triangle, you have a white light, you have a spectrum of colours, you have contrast in this reality. But when you shift from not looking externally, looking at the external colours, but you're now looking inward. You're looking at the dark side of the moon, the part that cannot be seen, that is within you. And it will open up this technicolor dream. Because remember, you're in 2 days. You're in a conscious days, in daylight. And when you're asleep, you're in a subconscious or an unconscious days. That's why you are in today's world, because there is no time. So you have a reference all the way through the dark side of the moon, of looking at the unseen, weighing up what time is, weighing up what money and wealth is. So hopefully I've done this just is, because that is all it is. Hopefully you've enjoyed the ride on the Dodgems, and we've done quite a few bumps, but we've not had any head-on collisions, because you push against that veil, it will push back. You have to come from a neutral perspective. Remember, it's magnetic. The magnetism, which is the outplay, the loss of energy, does not work without the dielectric. So when you are neutral, you are not feeding an energy to the external. And then you can see the beauty in the timing. Love to you all, and ta-ta for now. Incidentally, there will be a follow-up, another Pink Floyd album to come, and there will also be another album to come. Yes, well it is, it's talking about an album. Another video to come, another perspective on another Pink Floyd album. So I'll leave you that little taster of what is to come. But of course it's already here. You can actually work this out for yourself. So let me know in the comments whether this resonated, whether it opened doors, whether it gave you a key inside yourself. Because it is a frequency, a frequent key. I'll put the link in the description to, yes, True Love channel, and also the Tree of Knowledge. There's something you need to look at there. The timing of having this album and Wish You Were Here popped into the mind, gave me an idea, and I thought I need to look at these again, and I need to internalize and interpret what is being presented to me on this world stage of word stage word. Now, of course, as who was it who said it yesterday? Yes, it was Yolanda, True Love 2 channel. When you say things out loud to the universe, the automatic negative reaction is to say, oh, I can't do that, I will feel self-conscious. We're in a realm of Maya. It's not about being self-conscious, it is being about conscious of self. I hope you like this video. Love to you all.